Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode of Todd Talk, because when Todd talks, people listen. Probably. I don't really know at this point. So, 10th episode, you'd think we'd be doing something special for that, but honestly I'm just going to keep it with the flow of what we've been doing recently, which is Death Battle. Ironically, the last prediction episode I had was the most watched episode of Todd Talk. Not sure why. I really don't. I think it's because I posted a lot of Nintendo groups on Facebook, because it was Bowser versus Ganon. But now it's time for the next one. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to have to keep this one short just because I don't really have much to say about this, unlike, Bowser versus Ganon. So we have the two duos who defined a generation in the PS2. We have Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter. And though I have only played literal fractions of these games, I literally played demos of, I think, Up Your Arsenal and maybe Jak 3, maybe, I don't recall. I have done my research, or at least as much as I felt I can do without playing the games. And obviously I watched the Death Battle previews for Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. And it's funny how similar and yet how different they are, which obviously is the point in most death battles. So who do I think is going to win? Well, personally, I think Ratchet and Clank will win. For many reasons, one of which I really think is the key, but I'll leave that for the end of this episode. When comparing the two teams, and I think it's important here that remember that these are teams, I think Ratchet and Clank are more suited to this death battle. Ratchet himself, as explained in the preview, it has commando training. He, to my knowledge, has a lot more experience than Jak and Daxter. He's faced incredible odds in numerous adventures, and I think that his skills will be not more impressive than Jak, but maybe, I don't know, more fleshed out, I guess is the best way to think of it. But more importantly for me, while Jak has his eco powers, which are impressive, no doubt, and that Jak does have weapons, Ratchet has a freaking arsenal. I was just looking at all the weapons in all the games that he have, and as is what Death Battle does, they put every single weapon from every single game and they give it to these characters. That's what they did with Dante and Bayonetta. That's what they did with Master Chief versus Doom Guy. I was trying to think of others, but can't think of any at the moment. But that's, as they said in Goku vs. Superman 2, the whole point of Death Battle is they put these characters at their maximum potential, which means that this is Ratchet and Clank after all their adventures. Maybe if you want to include the reboot that's coming out. Actually, I don't know if you can, because this was probably made months ago. Okay, let's forget that one. But, full frontal assault, up your arsenal, all for one, into the Nexus, crack in time, all of it. All those weapons, all those abilities are in Ratchet and Clank. And that's the other key thing here, is if we're comparing Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter, who's the better tag team partner? Who's the better tag team partner? It's Clank. Clank helps Ratchet in how many different ways? I mean, he rides on his back for some of the time. He has a helipack, which can help him get around. He can actually transform into an ultra mech. He has gravity powers. He has lasers. He has all these abilities and upgrades that he's gotten, again, through all of these games. And Daxter, despite him being able, again, we're going to have to assume that they put this in there because it was part of Jak 3, to become Dark Daxter, where he can, shoot out Dark Eco and has the Dark Tornado spin and everything. That's one ability. That's just one. Whereas, Clank can do a whole bunch of other things. And then again, it got the whole arsenal of Ratchet and Clank at their disposal. I mean, the real question here is going to be whether the arsenal is better than the eco powers. I personally think it is, just because of all the descriptions I've read. I mean, just the Sheepinator. I mean, if we're going to boil it down to one weapon, if Jak doesn't have a way to unbecome a sheep, game over. And again, Daxter, just based on everything I've read, and even what I've seen in the games, he's not meant to be combat related, unlike Clank, who is your, part of your arsenal. He's a very important part of your arsenal in the games. And so, just based on that, I think Ratchet and Clank will win. Now, to be completely, can't think of the word, irrelevant, if we're going to be completely irrelevant about what we know about these characters, I think Jak and Daxter is going to win because of an unfortunate thing that Death Battle just happens to do a lot, which is they unintentionally kind of reveal at times who is going to win the next Death Battle. And I mean by this is that in certain ways they accidentally show via the preview trailers, not the preview of the characters, but next time on Death Battle, they show their hand. And I'll explain it like this. If you watch the Goku vs. Superman 2 trailer, if you watch it beginning to end, once they start showing the fights, you'll see that Goku is shown doing more damage than Superman in that trailer. If you watch Dante vs. Bayonetta trailer, the original one that showed that Season 3 was coming, you'll see that Dante does not have a lot of attacks in that trailer. And who won those battles? Superman and Dante. But also, if you pay attention to who they preview first, like Bowser smashes into battle, or, the one they did, the Oliver Queen trailer, or the Darth Vader trailer, and everything, you start to notice a pattern of who wins and who loses based off those previews. And last time was Bowser in the preview, and now Bowser lost to Ganon. I'm still a little upset about that one, but I understand that. So now Ratchet and Clank gets the preview, and I would be very, very surprised if they do 2 losing previews in a row. Now, could they do it? Absolutely. It just depends on what they see. But something tells me that Ratchet and Clank are going to win. And then the next one will be totally up in the air, because they can do 2 wins in a row. They can do 2 losses after that. But I do not think they'll start Season 3 with 2 previews of 2 losing, because then that the third one will have to be a win. So there you go. That's the irrelevant version, I suppose, because it has nothing to do with the characters. It has to do with the preview. So yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not 99% sure this is going to be a 3D battle because of who the characters are. They aren't 2D. They could do it, I suppose, but I really, really think, based on everything we know, that it's going to be a 3D battle, which means it's going to look really, really good. And obviously they're going to be talking, all the characters talk. So it's not going to be like Bowser vs. Ganon where they can just get away with the grunts and and all that. So, yeah. So yeah, my prediction for Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter is that Ratchet and Clank will win. I think they have the better arsenal. I think they are the better complete team. And it just feels right. I just feel like this setup suits Ratchet and Clank. But nothing against Jak and Daxter at all, but I think personally that Ratchet and Clank will win. And so, with that, 10 minutes. I'm actually surprised I talked that long. With that, I will close out this episode of Todd Talk. Please let me know who you think will win. If you are a sponsor of Death Battle, please do not spoil anything. I accidentally got Bowser vs. Ganon spoiled via a forum post that was posted here on the last prediction video. So please don't do that. I just want to enjoy it next week, and then I'll do my reaction probably next Wednesday, if not next Thursday. So I hope you're looking forward to Death Battle. If you have ideas for Death Battle, let me know what you think. And then if we can get maybe a movement behind it, maybe we'll see your character and your prediction on Death Battle one day. You never know. They look at every single suggestion. They look at every single one. So with that, I will close this episode of Todd Talk. If you've made it this far, I know you were listening. So I thank you for coming. I hope you let me know what you think of this battle and who will win this battle. And I will see you around.